We're here with MotoUSA. There he is right there. And finally, it is 25 degrees out and I'm riding my GL1100 and he is a lucky bastard riding a GL1500 with a lot of plastic. This bike is actually more of a cruiser than the GL1200 and GL1500. This is considered to be one of the better touring machines. And then Honda decided to make it more sport touring with the GL1800. But these are extremely sought after. And if you guys remember, we picked this thing up, or he picked it up for $1,000 from a guy in a trailer park that was sitting outside. And the guy had a gun with him. And he was very squirrely.
He was sketchy.
He was a sketchy guy.
Well, the title was not even his name.
Yeah, he was kind of flipping it. Like, so the short story is that he bought it from a guy that died, and that other guy bought the bike from the guy that died. But so, and here it is. It needed a lot of work.
It looks way better than it was when I first got it and saw it, and runs now. Before it was just running on choke, starting on choke, but you couldn't really do anything with it. You're just dying. Side-by-side comparison, as you guys can see, it's a huge difference in size. From the 1100 to the 1500, I think the wheelbase is longer. The forks, I believe, they're about the same size. This one got four cylinders. The 1100 has 4 cylinders. This one has 6. So it got 3 on one side and 3 on one side. The other one has 2. Also, the GL1500 has only 2 carburetors instead of the 4, like the GL1100, 1000, and 1200. It did not come with a fuel injection. I wish it would. But, you know, that switched back in 2001 when the GL1800 came out. And also had GL1200 had only 1 year, I think in 1985 or 86, if I'm correct. Came with a fuel injection only for 1 year, but they just got rid of that for some reason. This one, the 1100, seems like he modified it. The handlebars, he put a dirt bike style handlebars on it. He had the old rabbit ears back in the days because he had a fairing and all. But he made it look a little bit more modern and cafe looking.
Top trunk on that is large as well, but the mechanism for opening it is great. The side bags are sideways opening. This one's like a top loader, and it's very narrow. You can't fit the full-size helmet on there. You can't fit the full-size helmet on this.
On all the sides. I can fit 2 full-size on the trunk, and I can fit a full-size helmet on each side.
Yeah.
Bunch of other stuff. Also, this one, the saddlebags on this, again, seems like it's individual. You can take them out really easy. On this one, you can take it out easily, but Goldwing came out with this mechanism where you can just swing up the whole rear to actually service the rear tire, rear diff, and all that. It's really easy access.
How hard is that to do?
Not really hard. So if you're looking into the trunk right here, you have an access bolt right here. You have to disconnect the exhaust from there, and then it has a bolt they have to loosen up. It's under the seat. I'm not going to take it out now, but you just loosen it up, and the whole rear end kind of slides out. Heated grips.
Yeah.
Louvers. They can open and close.
Of course, you can ride this like all year round.
I mean, I didn't really feel any wind when I came to the bike. It was amazing. You're about to find out.
Yeah. Oh, I imagine, man. He has a Harley Davidson exhaust on this.
Well, it's meant for a Harley. It's made by a Road Shark. Or Shark Road, I'm sorry. Shark Road, 4-inch megaphone.
Is the instruments for this, instruments for that, very different. You have speakers, and you know, this one came with speakers. It wasn't that smaller in comparison, but
the fairing on it looks pretty big.
Yeah.
Without the fairing, it looks pretty much.
Honda Goldwing came in the 1976, right? 1976.
Goldwing, yeah.
And It didn't come with fairing, so it was a naked bike from the start, and the aftermarket was very popular for the Goldwing, so that's why you have better fairings and everything. They started selling the kits, and then by the 1100, Honda started selling a version which was the interstate with the fairing already built in from the factory. The 1200, you didn't have the option. It was already faired. But I think that's the reason the 1100 looks good naked, because it had that option. I think this one, like MotoUSA said, it's like a doomsday bike if you remove all the fairings. There's really not much reason to remove all this fairing, because you know, you get a Goldwing for the luxury, and this one is really the ultimate luxury. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to take these two bikes for a spin. I'm going to ride the GL1500. He's going to ride the GL1100. First gear has got a surge, like a kick. It sounds so good. You know, I almost feel that the exhaust takes away from the really interesting noise of the motor. But I can hear that engine. I love that engine. I gotta get a Porsche. Look, listen to that engine. The exhaust is loud. I'm trying to listen to the engine. It's the same sound that that bike makes. It's the same sound. I keep telling you guys, you know, I used to be one of these sport bike guys who looked at Goldwing guys and went, man, why are you riding a couch? And then you get on it and you realize, oh, wait a minute, this is a much better thing to do. If you like doing long distances, man, the Goldwing, that's the king. And you know, this particular bike, it's the king of touring for the Goldwing before they became smaller and sportier. This is the 6-cylinder. A 6-cylinder bike like this, with the amount of torque it has, it's very easy to ride. Fifth gear is very slow, but I think if I drop it to fourth, very smooth gearbox. And of course, my Goldwing is smooth as well, but because of the age, it's got a couple false neutrals if you're riding it aggressively. Such a heavy throttle. He's way back there. This thing is incredibly fast. One, two. Yeah, it's no match. The GL1100 is no match for this bad boy. Oh my god. And now it's in overdrive. With the exhaust, even when you put it in overdrive, it still makes crazy amount of noise. This is nice, man. I'm not cold.
You're not cold, huh?
I'm not cold at all. We're gonna go there, but we're gonna take the long way. Oh my god. Dude, freaking Goldwings. Okay, it is cold out and the temperature doesn't feel that great to ride a standard Goldwing, so, and you don't want to go around a corner. You know, the one thing I miss is an electric windshield, because I like to get some airflow on here. Shift it into fourth if you want to like do any throttling around a corner. Yeah, that bike is difficult to turn. I was gonna take the long way. I think he's freezing. See this road right here? That's a good one to take. One thing I noticed, the clutch on that is just really heavy, and you tend to slip it often. But he's moving. He is moving on that bike. I am so comfortable. Jesus, this bike is just so incredibly comfortable. Even though it's making this noise, it's like, if it didn't make this noise, you would think you're like floating on a cloud. You know, he bought the bike cheap, but he put in a lot of work for this. And I know he's going to be selling it because he likes to do projects, fix bikes, but he does a really good job. Unlike me, he's got attention to detail. Yeah, that's the Beastmaster. The exhaust is pretty loud. That's the only thing. Hey guys, I am back, and this time I am my GL1100. I mean, what a big difference this is. What a big difference. Here's the nutter. That was the ride on the Goldwing, guys. You know, I'm always surprised whenever I ride this bike. I'm thinking, damn, this is a fine bike. And there's these little things here and there, but I think this bike is on its way. All right, guys, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.